So Elon Musk just purchased this foldable home for $50,000.
But the Boxable rumor.
I do actually have a Boxable, yeah.
You do?
Some prototype Boxable that's down in South Texas.
Yeah.
We're used to hearing about billionaires living in huge, expensive mansions, but Elon Musk is doing something different.
A local startup says a box will change the way homes are built.
It's called Boxable.
So this home right here takes less than 1 hour to build.
Instead of going for a big fancy house, he's chosen a much smaller and cheaper option. But cheaper doesn't necessarily mean simple.
Its foldable home in a box will cut costs for builders and home buyers.
1. The infamous foldable house. According to Forbes, Elon Musk is worth well over $200 billion, yet he chooses to stay in a tiny prefab home instead that costs him just under $50,000. Even though tiny homes are getting more popular, it's pretty surprising to think someone as rich as Musk would live in one. So why did he go for it? Well, according to Insider, Musk mainly uses it as a guest house. It's in Boca Chica, Texas, very close to SpaceX's launch site. This tiny house, built by a company called Boxable from Las Vegas, is only about 375 square feet. What's cool is that it's foldable and made from steel, concrete, and expanded polystyrene foam. When it's delivered, it can be set up in just about an hour. Inside, you get a full kitchen, bathroom, living space, and bedroom. The casita, as they call it, comes with all the necessary appliances like a fridge, stove, and dishwasher. Plus, all the plumbing, electrical, and HVAC systems are installed beforehand. All you have to do is have your local utilities connect everything up and you're good to go. 2. So, how exactly did he even come across it? When Elon's agent called Boxable, the team didn't believe it was actually him. They kept receiving calls from someone claiming to be from Musk's office, but they didn't take it seriously, thinking it couldn't really be Musk, right?
I've got this lady keeps calling me. She says from Elon Musk's office. We had a chuckle. And as I recall it, we didn't really think it was Musk's office. And we said, he said, no. He said, you can't have it. We've only got 3. And so then when we figured out it was real, he said,
well, after a few more calls, they realized it was the real deal. Musk's team was reaching out because he wanted to buy one of their tiny homes. At that time, Boxable only had 3 units available, so they weren't sure if they could even send him one. But this was an opportunity of a lifetime for them. Eventually, they made it work and agreed to sell him one of their limited units. As for how Musk first came across Boxable, that's a bit of a mystery. Their team thinks he might have seen a photo or video of their foldable home online and liked what he saw. He likely didn't spend much time researching it. He just decided to go for it. Musk's purchase ended up generating a lot of media attention for Boxable. His interest in the company's tiny homes helped raise their profile and got more people interested in affordable, modern housing solutions. In a way, Musk's simple decision to buy one played a big role in putting Boxable on the map. But the convenience of this tiny home is everything. 3. Starting from how they're assembled. These tiny houses are built in a unique, easy way that makes them super fast and efficient to assemble. Basically, think of it like putting together a giant Lego set. Each home is made up of 3 basic box sizes, about 20 x 20 feet, and these boxes can be combined to create different layouts, like living rooms or bedrooms, depending on what you need. The cool part is that everything is made in a factory. They use machines to cut all the materials perfectly, so when you receive it, it's like fitting puzzle pieces together. The assembly process starts with building the panels that make up the walls and floors. These panels are compressed with super strong pressure, making them extra durable. When the house is ready to ship, it's folded down flat, so it can be easily transported on a trailer without needing special permits. Once it arrives at its destination, it's unfolded and put together all on site. Boxable homes are designed to be unpacked and packed up multiple times if needed, so you can literally move your home wherever you want, whenever you want. They have special forklift pockets and hinges that help lift and assemble the house easily without damaging the structure. Before you know it, your tiny home's all done and ready to be used. 4. They can even be customized. Boxable homes, like the one Elon Musk bought, are surprisingly customizable, even though the company is currently focused on keeping things simple with their basic model. Right now, they're trying to meet the huge demand for this 400 square foot studio setup, which comes with a kitchen, bathroom, bed, and living space. But the great thing is that as they grow, they plan to allow people to make all kinds of changes to the layout. In the future, you'll be able to stack different boxable units together or connect them side by side to create a bigger home. You'll be able to add an extra level to your house or even add an extra room instead. The core structure will stay the same, but you'll have the freedom to personalize it with your choice of finishes, appliances, and other details. Even though they're starting simple, the company envisions giving people more control over the design as time goes on. And the best part is, they're making sure the heavy work, like installing plumbing and electricity, is already done when the unit arrives. That means builders or developers can add their own touches without spending months on construction. So, while you might start with a compact ready-made home, it can easily be adapted to fit your style or needs. 5. The final look is impressive. In the end, you get a simple, yet modern, tiny, but stylish apartment. From the outside, it looks like a compact, rectangular box with smooth, flat walls. The roof is flat too, giving it a clean and minimal design. There's usually one main entrance with a door and windows, which let in a lot of natural light. Once you step inside, it feels surprisingly spacious for its size. The living area, kitchen, and bedroom are all part of an open concept layout. Even though it's a small house, the smart design makes the most of every inch of space. You'll often find a kitchen along one wall, with modern cabinets, a sink, stove, and fridge. It's small, but has everything you need. The living space can fit a comfy couch, a small table, and a TV, perfect for relaxing or hanging out. The bedroom area might be separated by a wall or tucked away in a corner, with enough room for a bed and a couple of shelves for storage. The bathroom is small but functional, usually with a shower, toilet, and sink. The overall vibe inside is clean and minimalist, with light-colored walls and simple finishes. You can decorate it however you like, and it feels just like a normal home. 6. Boxable will change the housing market. These tiny homes could really revolutionize the future of housing in a big way. Right now, building a home can take months or even years, and it's super expensive. But with Boxable, the idea is to mass-produce homes in factories, like how cars are made. This could cut down the time and cost of building houses, making them much more affordable and accessible for everyone. Since these homes are foldable and easy to transport, they can be shipped just about anywhere at a lower cost. That means people living in remote areas or in places where housing is really expensive could get a quality home without breaking the bank. And because the homes are designed to be customizable and stackable, you could start with a small space and add on more rooms as your needs grow. Boxable's approach also helps with the housing shortage in many parts of the world. If they can scale up production, it could provide a quick, affordable solution for people who need housing fast, like in disaster zones or growing cities. 7. And they're aiming big. Boxable isn't just making a few of these tiny homes, they're going all out. They've got huge factories already set up to crank out these houses at a fast pace. In just a few years, lots of workers with state-of-the-art equipment will be working together to build these homes. Their factories are designed to handle a ton of orders. They've invested in really big facilities that can produce a lot of homes quickly. This is a big deal because it means they can keep up with high demand and get homes out to people faster. It's clear they're trying to change the way homes are made and delivered, making it more efficient and affordable. They're also thinking ahead about scaling up, expanding their operations even more in the future. This means more factories, bigger production lines, and even more homes being made. It's clear they're aiming to make a big impact on the housing market, trying to reach as many people as possible with their innovative approach. 8. At its core, it's essentially an igloo cooler. They made this comparison to explain how their homes are built to be strong, sturdy, and well insulated, just like how an igloo cooler can keep your drinks cold, even in hot weather. They wanted people to understand that their houses are not only tough, but also designed to handle different climates, keeping the inside comfortable no matter what's going on outside. The walls of a Boxable home are made using special materials that are similar to how the cooler walls work. They keep the heat out when it's hot and the cold out when it's freezing. The comparison helps show that even though Boxable homes are small and compact, they're built to last and can handle different weather conditions, kind of like how a cooler can take a beating and still do its job. 9. The build quality of these houses is no joke. These homes are designed to be super tough and durable. Unlike traditional houses that can be easily damaged by bad weather, Boxable houses are built to handle almost anything. They're made with strong materials like steel, concrete, and special insulation, so they can withstand hurricanes, heavy rain, and even snowstorms. What's even better is that these homes are designed to last a really long time. The walls, floors, and roofs are all created with high-quality materials that don't wear out easily. You won't have to worry about leaks, cracks, or the house falling apart after a few years. It's all about making sure the home stays sturdy, no matter where it's set up. Plus, because everything is made in a factory, the quality control is super tight. Each piece of the house is carefully built and checked to make sure it's perfect before it gets sent to the customer. 10. But here's the real question. How much do these cost? Boxable houses are super affordable, especially when you consider what you're getting. Their most popular model starts at just $50,000 and goes up from there. When you think about it, that's a pretty good deal compared to traditional houses that can cost hundreds of thousands or even millions, depending on the location. Plus, with Boxable, you're getting a high-quality home that's strong and energy efficient. Of course, the $50,000 price tag doesn't include the land or things like utility hookups, but it's still a much cheaper option for people who want a place to live without spending a fortune. And because these houses can be delivered and set up quickly, you save time and money on construction too. Boxable is also working on other models that might have different prices, depending on the size and features you choose. So smaller, $10,000 models are on the horizon. 11. It ties into Musk's vision of sustainable living. Elon Musk has always been about creating a better, more sustainable future, and his interest in tiny homes like the boxable casita fits perfectly into that vision. Musk is known for trying to find ways to reduce waste and make the world a cleaner place, whether it's through electric cars, space exploration, or renewable energy. By choosing a tiny home, he's showing that even billionaires can live in a simpler, more eco-friendly way. Tiny homes use fewer resources to build and maintain. They take up less space, require less energy to heat and cool, and use fewer materials compared to traditional houses. This means less waste and a smaller carbon footprint, which lines up with Musk's goal of making life more sustainable. The fact that Musk, one of the richest people in the world, owns a small, affordable home sends a strong message. It suggests that you don't need a massive mansion to live comfortably, and it promotes the idea of sustainable living for everyone. He's showing that living smart and sustainably doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. 12. Not only that, but Musk's always aimed for energy independence. Energy independence is all about being able to power your home without relying on traditional power grids. With boxable homes, energy independence becomes a lot easier, especially when combined with solar panels, like those from Tesla Energy. These tiny homes are super efficient, so they don't need as much power as a regular-sized house. That means, with the right solar setup, you could generate all the electricity you need right from your roof. No more worrying about rising electricity bills or power outages. With solar panels, you're using the sun to generate energy, which is not only renewable, but also free. Once your solar system is set up, the energy it creates can be used to power everything in your boxable home, from your lights to your appliances. On top of that, producing your own energy is great for the environment. You're reducing your carbon footprint by using clean, renewable energy instead of fossil fuels. 13. Let's not forget about off-grid living. Off-grid living is becoming more popular, especially as people look for ways to live independently and reduce their impact on the environment. It basically means living without relying on public utilities like electricity, water, or gas. Instead, you generate your own power, collect your own water, and find other ways to handle your daily needs. With the right setup, homes like Boxable's tiny houses make off-grid living more practical and comfortable than ever before. One of the main reasons people choose off-grid living is the freedom it offers. You're not tied to a specific location or dependent on utility companies. For energy, many off-grid homes use solar panels to generate electricity. This means you can power your home using the sun, which is clean and renewable. Boxable homes, being compact and efficient, are perfect for this setup. They don't require a ton of energy to keep things running smoothly. 14. The best part? Lower utility bills. Lower utility bills are one of the biggest perks of living in a tiny home like those from Boxable. Because these homes are smaller and more energy efficient, they cost a lot less to run compared to bigger, traditional houses. That's built into the materials. As we've touched on a bit before, even if you don't go for the solar route, you'll do just fine with one of these units. First off, tiny homes need less energy to heat and cool. With less space to warm up or cool down, you're using fewer resources. This means your electricity and gas bills are much lower. Boxable homes are designed with energy efficiency in mind, so they keep the temperature stable without needing a ton of power. 15. With Tesla's Optimus, things can be even more efficient. Routine tasks can sometimes feel like they take up more time than they should, especially when you're living in a small space. That's where Tesla's Optimus robot could really come in handy. It's hard to have someone come in and clean when you're in a smaller space. You'll just be getting in their way. With Optimus around, you wouldn't have to worry about vacuuming the floors or dusting surfaces. The robot could handle these chores efficiently, making sure everything stays spotless without you needing to constantly clean. 16. It can even help with solar panel maintenance. Keeping solar panels in top shape is essential for getting the most out of your solar power system. That's where Tesla Bot Optimus could be a real game changer. Optimus can handle all the dirty work of cleaning solar panels. Dust, dirt, and debris can build up on solar panels, and if they're not cleaned regularly, it can reduce their efficiency. 17. Not to mention, it'll tell you everything wrong. When it comes to managing your solar power system, especially if you're looking to go totally off the grid with this housing unit, having a reliable way to get alerts and troubleshoot problems can make a big difference. This is where Tesla Bot Optimus could really come in handy. If something's not quite right, like a drop in energy production or a malfunctioning component, it can send you immediate alerts. When it comes to troubleshooting, Optimus can be your go-to tech support. If there's a problem with the system, it can perform diagnostic checks to figure out what's wrong. It could test connections, inspect wiring, and even run system scans to pinpoint issues. Instead of waiting for a technician to come out, Optimus can give you a clear idea of what needs fixing and how urgent the problem is. Plus, Optimus could provide easy-to-follow instructions or guides on what you can do next. Whether it's a minor fix you can handle yourself or something that requires professional help, Optimus can direct you on the right path. 18. Musk might even be thinking of taking Boxable to Mars. One of the coolest things about Boxable homes is how easy they are to set up. This feature would be a huge win for Mars missions. These homes are designed to be folded up into a compact form, which makes them much easier to transport to Mars. Once they get there, the real magic happens. Unfolding and setting up a Boxable home takes just about an hour. For astronauts on Mars, this means they can quickly turn an empty space into a livable home without a lot of fuss. That would mean they'd arrive on Mars, and instead of spending days or weeks setting up a shelter, they'll just unfold their Boxable home and be all set. This quick setup is not just about saving time. On Mars, where resources and time are precious, being able to set up living spaces efficiently could be a game changer. 19. Especially because of how compact they are. Boxable homes have a super compact and efficient design that's not just great for transport to Mars, but also when they're there. These tiny homes are all about making the most of every inch of space. When you think about living on a new planet, where space and resources are super limited, this kind of design becomes even more important. Each Boxable home, like the Casita, packs a lot into a small area. It's only about 380 square feet, but it includes everything you need. The layout is smart and well thought out to make the most of the space available. You don't feel cramped because the design is focused on using every bit of space efficiently. 20. Plus, this means no additional experts are needed. Boxable homes are designed for super easy assembly and deployment, which is a huge plus for any Mars mission. These homes can be folded up and shipped to a new location, making them easy to transport and set up. During space missions, there's only so many people you can fit on a spacecraft. If the shelter is hard to set up, you'd need experts to go with the astronauts to make sure they have a safe space to live in when they're there. That means less researchers can go and more people who might not be as helpful outside of the setup itself. But when the housing modules are this easy to set up, each astronaut can spend a few hours learning the ins and outs and with it in cargo, be ready for that infamous future colony on Mars. Do you think boxables should become the norm in our society? Where do you think Elon Musk is heading with this idea?